It's your daily dose of Donna. I brought Wrigley in for leverage here. I brought Wrigley in for what's the word? Uh, oh, Wrigley's yawning. Every time I say it's your daily dose of Donna, it puts Wrigley to sleep. What does that say about my content? Wrigley, are you just not into daily dose of Donna? No? It's not your thing? Wrigley, this is nap time for Wrigley. So I want to say that Wrigley needed to be here because today is a tough day. It's a tough day for everyone. Um, we need Wrigley support. We need our emotional support animals as long as we possibly can. As long as we possibly can have. Wrigley's tired, so we're going to lose Wrigley in just a moment. I did get a comment the other day, always talking about the dogs, Donna. You're so into your dogs. Well, if I'm into my dogs, is that a problem? I'm a dog lover, okay? You don't like it? You're not happy about me being into you? Sorry. It's better than, what if I was into rats or something horrible? It's your daily dose of Donna. We will get through. I was going to say we can do hard things, but we got to come up with our own word, our own statement. Justice for Eugene. Justice for Eugene Levy. Justice for Eugene. We will get through it. You guys, lots to talk about today. We're going to have some tough conversations. We're going to have some laughs. We're going to talk about Kelley Wolf. We're going to talk about Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards making, I'm not joking when I tell you this, white trash sandwiches for hookers. Yes, that is a real headline. It was something I was supposed to talk about yesterday before the tragic news. We're also going to be talking about, of course, the state of the world today. I'm going to keep it hopefully brief, hopefully not too dark and sad, hopefully somewhat inspiring without one note. I have not one note in front of me, so God knows where we go with this one, but we are going to keep it, hopefully after that, light and tight. So stick around, you guys. You know me. I'm going to turn your moods around. We are going to have fun today, okay? Because I need fun. Do you need fun? Do you need distraction? We're going to be good today. By the time you end today's show, I promise you, you're going to be finding some joy because that's what I do for you. In most cases, okay? In most cases, unless you're my kids, because my kids don't find a lot of joy in me lately because all I do is tell them to do their homework and brush their teeth. And then there's no joy in that. So everyone get your arms out, okay? Take your sweaters off, get your arms out. It's time to sprinkler. It's your daily dose of Donna, baby. I don't know why Khaleesi jumped in here with no loose buttholes, guys, because this is a family show. I have my puppy here. She's not even 3 months old, and we're talking about loose buttholes? What? I love my dosers. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. Billy needs a Paula Deen imitation to make you smile. I'm not getting canceled again. Okay, I feel it in my heart. My heart. Should I do my whole show like Paula Deen? I make a really good white trash sandwich. I make such a good white trash sandwich. In fact, I originated the white trash sandwich. Denise Richards came to my restaurant and said, Paula Deen, when I figured out I need to make a white trash sandwich, I said, no, that's not Denise Richards. Paula Deen, when I need to make a white trash sandwich. And she said, you come to the right place. All of a sudden, I'm Bubba Gump. All right, let's talk about some tough things before we get into some fun things. How about that? How about that? Okay, let's talk about it. Guys, we're going to do this without being divisive if possible. Mods, let's do it. Okay, let's try our hardest. I think this is what we're going to do. Um, so today is 9/11, obviously. 24 years. 24 years. That's half of my life. I'm 44. So 24 years ago, I woke up. It was a Tuesday morning, obviously. Tuesday morning, I was at UC Santa Barbara. I was a junior in college. Woke up to, I think my roommate woke me up, or maybe it was my phone, to my dad. And of course, I had seen the news of the tower falling, and it was before the second tower. And 9/11 is not about me. It's not about me at all. I was just a junior in college watching it horrified. What it did was it woke me up to seeing, you know, what was one of the most awful things in the world that I had ever seen in my 20 years in existence. But also, I said it was 24 years ago and I said it was half my life. That doesn't make any sense. I'm 44. I can't do the math. It's 20 years ago. I mean, I was 20, 24, almost half my year. But I believe, um, I believe that, uh, I believe that in that moment, I remember that day so well. It was kind of like a numb day. No one really knew what to do. I got together with a lot of my girlfriends and some of the guys that were on our street. We lived on a street. It's a very, very famous street in Santa Barbara. If you know UC Santa Barbara and Isla Vista, it's called Del Playa. It's right on the beach. And it's just house after house after house of like party houses. And all my friends lived on Del Playa. And we just kind of all got together and just drank coffee after coffee after coffee after coffee and watched the live news. It was so incredibly shocking and scary. None of us were with our families, of course, because we were in college. Um, no one knew what to do, but we felt so together. As you guys know, for those of you that are younger and don't really remember, maybe those of you that were older and you do remember it really well, one thing that 9/11 really did very well was it unified us as a country. And I know that you hear this left and right from all the news and that you're watching, but truly, I have never felt so together as a country. I've never felt so close to my friends and my family. I've never felt so close to everyone, like strangers on the street. Now, we didn't have the social media that we have now. We didn't even have Facebook at the time. I don't even think we had MySpace at the time. I don't even remember what we had at the time. It was 2001. I think we just had texting and Google or like Yahoo. Social media has really taken everything down a very bad path, in my opinion. Um, I love social media. I adore the ability to have comments open and to hear from you guys and to get that, instant connection with you guys and be able to share my feelings on other people's posts and see and connect in that way. Um, it's such a edged sword because it's created such an open dialogue in such a scary way. Everyone has a voice and everyone has a voice. And that is terrifying. It's terrifying because now you see it all and you hear it all and you feel it all. And the voices of anger and hate and really true uh just real negativity are loud, very, very loud, because there's no repercussions of anger and hate and terrifying feelings online, right? You can say whatever you want. You can even hide behind a fake profile in a lot of cases. And even if you're not hiding behind a fake profile, you can make your profile private. You can put a picture of a cat. You can put a picture of, a fake plant, and that's that. And if you don't actually act out on anything really bad and you just want to use your words, no one's going to really do anything to you. You can just keep posting. You can just keep commenting or even keep DMing, and it's really, really, really uh scary because the world out there, I think, just like I am, we're all affected by words. Words matter. Words change our feelings. Words hurt us. Words do hurt us, and words affect us. And so the more you read words, the more you hear words, the more you see words, can change your feelings, can radicalize, can affect people on both sides, right? And this is not political only, but I just don't want you guys thinking I'm only talking about one versus the other. This is across the board. So it's getting louder on this and it's getting louder on that. And it's getting and building and building and building. And the social media side, since I hate to say it, but I think COVID has really like tripled it up because everyone's just so online. And I've never seen a divide like we've had in the last couple of years. And maybe that's because I'm so chronically online. I'm not looking at the comments, so I don't know what you guys are saying. And mods, if you're getting killed right now, I am so sorry. But all I can say right now, and I really don't know if I'm getting killed. Maybe I'm getting killed. But all I can say is every time I go into a comment section, I'm disappointed. Well, 99.5% of the time, every time I go into a comment section, I'm disappointed. I'm scared. Whether it's about a happy story, a sad story, a war story, a tragedy, a violent story, a murder, a death, a sickness, a fire, a cancer. I'm always like horrified by the comment section. When are you ever? The only time I love a comment section is when the comment section is like hilarious, when it's a comedy video and the comment section doesn't disappoint. You know what I mean? When they're really funny and there's nothing politically charged or nothing that like anyone can try to be divisive in the comments, when they're just everyone's on the same page and trying to be funny. That I love a comment section. But whenever there's anything political involved or whenever there's something, foreign policy or death or destruction or whatever, it's just so bad. The comment section is so dangerous that I wish we could just turn off comments on everything. Because I think if we could just watch content and not have a place to fester all our feelings and read and like and see all the comments that get the 10,000 likes and to be like, oh, they're like me. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's where I think people start to, feel this rage. And then you have the places like the subreddits where people really live in those echo chambers. Now, echo chambers are a whole other thing. And I think this is, like I said, it's everywhere. It's not just one side, it's on every side of the planet. We have, the super, I don't even want to use right or left. It's on every side. And that's also really scary because people aren't tolerant to see anything that's not on their side. That's why when I posted yesterday, just a very brief, empathetic statement saying, I am praying for, Charlie Kirk and what is happening because this is really scary. This was right after my show before he passed away. I lost instantly hundreds of followers. And I'm not joking. I'm still losing followers as we speak. People can't tolerate anyone that doesn't believe like them. They don't want to see it in their feed. And it's not that I said I believe what Charlie Kirk believes, because I didn't believe in a lot of things Charlie Kirk believes, but I still can respect the fact that a human being was assassinated in broad daylight. And that was absolutely horrifying in every possible way. And I don't care who he was. And I truly believe, and I was talking to Lance about this, he could have been my enemy politically, like the worst of the worst. But if that happened on a college campus, available for my kids to be able to see online and available for our generation to come and hundreds of thousands of like 20-year-olds to see live with their own eyes, that is a horror film in front of your eyes. That's traumatizing. And if it can happen to him, that means it's open season, baby. So I don't think anyone should be excited about anything that just happened yesterday. That is a sign of what's to come. And that should be a wake-up call to anyone on any side of anything, because if it can happen to him, it can happen to anyone. That's scary. I don't know how in the world anyone could have seen that and been like, yes, it doesn't end. That doesn't end anything. That doesn't fix anything. So I was so confused. Why does feeling horrified by a public assassination make you say, I don't like you anymore, Donna? I loved you for standing by Justin Baldoni. Loved you for that. But this I can't. I loved you for talking about Kelley Wolf's mental state, but this I can't. It's really a strange world we're living in. Now, I am someone that, if you've been following me for a long time, I am incredibly empathetic and I feel awful for a lot of the world's tragedies out there. Okay. I struggle with a lot of it. I consistently post about the natural disasters that are happening, the floods, the fires, the school shootings. Yesterday was shocking. The live streaming assassination was a very, very shocking thing. And as you can see, it's taken over the news feeds of everyone. Andy Cohen's posting about it. Jimmy Kimmel's posting about it. Every single celebrity is talking about it. This is not a small little nothing. So the people that are saying, well, why aren't you posting about every single other? If you can't see the difference, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But yesterday was a turning point. His company was literally called Turning Point. But yesterday was a turning point, I believe, in the world. And it was already on the eve of 9/11, which was an incredibly, incredibly tough and dark day anyway for America. It always is a very, very tough and struggling moment. I think everyone has that pit in their stomach on 9/11. I don't think anyone likes this day. And to go into it with already feeling so sad and so divided and so where are we? But I am not a far right and I am not a far left. I am so, so far down the middle. And I hate the far left and I hate the far right. And I really, really, really wish that people could stop putting people in boxes and could understand that it's okay if you don't agree with everything someone says. And it's okay if you don't love everything someone else says. But to shut someone out for completely not 100% aligning with you, for not celebrating the murder of a young father who lost his life in public in broad daylight for speaking his views, whether or not you agreed with them. I'm sorry, I will never do that. That's not me. That's not who I was raised to be. It's not who I'm raising my young boys to be. It's not who my husband is. It's not who my parents are. It's not who we are. So I am so sorry that I will never be that person. And if that makes me who you want me to be, which is that person in that box, which is in that far right, extreme MAGA, peace be with you. What can I say? Can't tell you. All I know is in my heart, I am not that. I am never going to be the person that is going to celebrate death. Ever. So I hope, as my friend Bobby yesterday said on his page, they say it takes out the trash when you start to lose people for speaking up for what you believe in, is that you start to lose the trash. Not lose the trash, takes out the trash. I don't want to call anyone trash, but if you don't, if you don't want to be here for those reasons, that I'm not jumping up and down for the death of any of these people. And I'm telling you, the senators in Minnesota, and I'm talking about the school shootings, and I'm talking about, innocent, the innocent Irina on the train. And I'm talking about, the list is long of all the people that have been violently, attacked innocently in just the last few months, in the last few weeks. I'm never going to be the person celebrating it. You'll never find that from me. I hope we can come together here on Daily Dose of Donna. That is my goal. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I love you guys so much. And I appreciate you. And justice for Eugene. Always. Always. All right. Can we move on and talk about some other light stuff? Yeah? Lighter stuff? like white trash sandwiches. I'm not even making up the white trash sandwich thing. You guys think that I would make up such a disgusting thing to call something a white trash sandwich? That is not even in my vocabulary. That's in Denise Richards' vocabulary. Okay. Cancel her, not me. Before we get into that, can we just talk about Wayfair for just a brief moment? Because I didn't get to talk about Wayfair yesterday with all the craziness. But the weather is cooling down, even here in Los Angeles. It is getting cooler. And it is fall-ish. It's not fall yet, but it will be fall soon. And even though it's hot during the day, in the night and in the morning, it's kind of we got a kind of a little bit of a chilling in the air. And and so because of that, we are getting cozy in our living rooms. Okay. We need a little bit of I like a little fall feel, maybe a little throw blanket, maybe a little pumpkin vibe, maybe a little cinnamon candle. I don't know, something like that. And guess where I go? I go to Wayfair. Where do you go? Where do you go, huh? Where do you go so I can unfollow you? Just kidding. Wayfair's got everything you need to cozify your space from fall, from comfy recliners to warm bedding and autumn decor. And they even have espresso makers. They have bedding, bath basics, warm linens, cozy throw blankets, autumn themed throw pillows, seasonal home decor, storage for every space, kitchen essentials. There's something for every style in every home. No matter your space or your budget, Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your home goals with room ideas and curated collections. There's free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. No more huge delivery fees for furniture. No need to shop at multiple stores. There's furniture, decor, appliances, cookware, all in one place. Cozify your space with Wayfair's curated collection of easy, affordable fall updates, from comfy recliners to cozy beddings and autumn decor. Find it all for way less at wayfair.com. That's wayfair.com, wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. All right. Thanks, Christina, for putting the link up. Mods, you're doing a phenomenal job. I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope we're not getting killed. Not being sarcastic about that. Like, I don't want to make jokes about that word, but you know what I mean in the comments. All right. Let's talk about TMZ. This is a way to bring in what I was just talking about and talking about TMZ. Now, there's a right way and a wrong way to handle bad news. Okay. And when I say bad news, when someone is getting, this is the era of live streaming, right? Live streaming is so tough. And yesterday I was live streaming when the news came in that he was shot. And I was a little bit like, I just didn't know how to handle it. Right. And so I tried really hard to just move on. But when I started to see that it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, I didn't really know, like, I was just a little distracted. Okay. The comments, of course, are going on. The comments start going crazier. Everything starts going on, more and more and more. And you don't really know, like, where to how to take it, like how to, move on. It's like, it's hard. And I had to distract and just start talking about it, because at some point you just like have to focus on what is going on live. This is a live show. It's a daily show. And it's something that I do talk about, like current stuff. So TMZ does a live airing, I guess every single day, right around this time. They do a live in their newsroom show. And while they were live, I guess he was shot, and they air their whole newsroom. And it's Harvey Levin and a couple of the other guys that you know from their current show. And then they have a bunch of different staffers that are in the newsroom, and they're in the background. You don't really see a lot of their faces. They're kind of just back there. They're doing their own thing. And then all of a sudden, I guess while, about an hour later, so after I wrapped, so this is probably 1 p.m. Pacific time. They're in LA here, so it's around 1 p.m. Pacific time. They announced the sad news about Charlie Kirk passing away. And what you hear in the background is, no question, a big cheer from the back of the room. Now, you don't see the people cheering, but you hear it. I didn't watch any of this live, but I just saw the news about it. And then, of course, you hear you hear what happens. So let's show you. They tried to kind of hide this, but a lot of people clipped it. If you just go on Instagram and look up TMZ, cheering or whatever, it comes up. So here's a clip that I shared with my friend Molly last night when we were talking about it. Here's a clip of TMZ cheering that I just found on Instagram when they announced it.
And it go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead. Janet,
here it is again.
Go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead. Janet.
Okay. So they then, people immediately are like, wait, what? I mean, it's clear as day. 5 seconds, not even 5, 2 seconds before Harvey Levin announces. So this is obviously right after it's posted. You hear a group of people. It's not one random rogue dude. It's like 10 people out there wow, screaming as if they got Saddam Hussein, as if they got like the biggest terrorist in the history of the world, as if they got the man who orchestrated 9/11. I mean, that is who you should cheer. Truly, I don't cheer for anyone's death, but if you're responsible for a terrorist attack that takes down 3,000 Americans, yeah, I will probably be happy that you die. I'm just going to be honest, okay? Am I allowed to say that without getting canceled? Am I allowed to say that without getting canceled? Are we allowed to say that without getting canceled? That's probably someone whom I will be happy if they get captured and get taken down. If you are responsible for a terrorist attack that takes down 3,000 Americans, yeah, I'll probably be okay with that. Charlie Kirk did not deserve cheering in a newsroom. Now, TMZ, you can have your feelings on TMZ. We've had our feelings on TMZ in this show because of their very biased reporting on stuff like Blake and Justin, right? And, we've seen their reporting on different things. You can have their feelings on a bunch of different things. I've heard some pretty shitty things about the way that they treat women on their staff. TMZ is known to be like the boys club. Okay. This is just from people that I've talked to that have worked for TMZ. They never really push the women up at TMZ. They're kind of like the boys club, not really loving all of it. But then, of course, Harvey Levin had to do some major damage control last night because it got spread fast. And they felt like shit. So what you got to do as a news organization when people are out there trying to say, you guys, a news organization, this is not, a personal blog, which would have been bad enough, but this is someone that people actually go to for news, are sitting there and jumping up and down basically for the death of someone. So then they came on last night. And since then, by the way, they've posted like 46 things about Charlie Kirk. So they're getting paid massively to talk about his death. But they went on last night to talk about it. And of course, as you can see, comments are off. Comments are on everything else, but comments are off on this one post. Let's watch their lame ass apology.
We were live streaming all day during this tragedy. When something happened in our office, as we were reporting the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase, and they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here. And we want to make a couple of things clear. One is that I know these people, and they were not laughing, they were not reacting that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination. They were not. They would not work here if they did.
And that being said, we acknowledge that it was horrible timing.
And for that, we are sorry. We apologize. We apologize that you had to hear that. And I get why, if you're watching the stream, you may have felt that that's what the laughter was about. We assure you it was not about that, but it was horrible timing. And by the way, I get it too, and he gets it, because we listened as we were talking. You can go back and look on the stream. I actually walked off camera to go back and find out what the hell was going on, because it was inappropriate for the laughter at that time. But no one was laughing about the Charlie Kirk tragedy. Nevertheless, we apologize for the way it sounded. We were live streaming.
So, okay. So let's see this really funny car chase that they haven't been able to materialize. If it was so funny that like 30 people in a newsroom were like, what, did like a clown come out of the car? Did like some really funny looking person like jump out and start doing comedy bits? I'm sorry, I've never seen a car chase end up in laughter. Usually car chases, if anything, like, you know, are like, yes, good, they got caught. Have you ever heard or seen a car chase where you're like, wow, like 20 people? Never in my life. Not while Charlie Kirk is currently being like literally on the verge of dying, and everyone in the country is watching like with bated breath, because that's the true breaking news in that moment. No one was watching the car chase, like 20 people around a TV. The last car chase that anyone watched like that was O.J. Simpson. There was no celebrity involved. I didn't even know there was a car chase. And I live here in Los Angeles. Yeah, there was a car chase. Red Ginger goes, I'm not defending, but there was a car chase. And honestly, there was a car chase. I did look. There was a car chase. I don't know if it was exactly at that time. Someone's going to have to do, you know, some really good timing or whatever on that. There was a car chase. I looked it up. It says on Wednesday, September 10th, there was a car chase. CHP searches for suspect after driver switches vehicles mid-chase in South LA. Okay, there's always car chases in Los Angeles, you guys. This is not a shocking thing. We live in Los Angeles. There's literally a car chase once every few days. It's constant. So it's not that shocking, but it says shortly before 1:30 p.m., you know, the driver of an SUV led authorities on an intermittent chase on Wednesday before switching vehicles and apparently fleeing successfully. Okay. So he went under an underpass, ditched the SUV, and jumped into a red vehicle, and that's it. And he ended up fleeing. So he didn't even get caught. He ended up fleeing. So are they laughing because he got away? Yeah, Rachel says, so the suspect got away and they were cheering. Isn't that worse? So we have a news organization that's cheering that a suspect of a car chase got away from the police, that there's a guy on the loose that was evading the police, got away, and we have journalists going like, yeah, criminals. What's better here? Like, dude, get your story straight. You might as well have just said that they were in the back watching, like, I don't know, like a Tim Dillon skit. Like, what? Just dumbasses. And now they're doing everything they can in their damage control, because now every single story on TMZ is Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk. Like, every single time I'm opening up Instagram, it's like a Charlie Kirk story from TMZ. I'm like, what? And then I went on Facebook earlier, right before the show, or a couple hours ago, and they have their live, you know, feed or whatever, because I follow TMZ on Facebook, and so they have their live feed, and like it's Harvey Levin being like, Charlie Kirk was a good man. Charlie Kirk was a like, all of a sudden, Harvey Levin's Charlie Kirk's biggest fan. I'm like, I can't. They dumb messed up. But see, this is the problem. It's like everyone loves to laugh, and then they're going to get caught, because you can't go out there and laugh at people's deaths in a public setting and then expect people not to be like, wait, this is a problem. That's a problem. What does that say about you? And I appreciate people that are going out there and speaking up, even though they know they're going to get a lot of shit. For example, Andy Cohen. Okay. Andy Cohen is someone who is a far, like, outspoken liberal. You know, I don't love a lot of the things that Andy Cohen stands for in his life, in his personality. I don't love how, like, sexual he is and like kind of awkward he is. And he had our favorite Joy Behar on Watch What Happens Live last night, which is like, whoo. But he out loud said that yesterday was an awful, horrible day. And I was so impressed by that. Because you should be able to say that out loud without getting repercussions. TMZ, do better. Do better. You know who did speak up? Was Kelley Wolf. Kelley Wolf, in her alt account, Moi Brigitte, on Instagram, spoke. And I'm really sorry to have to bring this up, but Kelley Wolf and I were on the same side of history yesterday for just 1 minute. And a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Okay? And Kelley Wolf and I were on the same. I told you I'd make you laugh. Now, yesterday was a big day for Kelley Wolf, and I was supposed to cover it top to bottom. And then, of course, this happened, and I completely got distracted. Completely. Now, I forgot, not even forgot. I totally just completely, I was like, Scott Kelley who? But now I'm going to try to get back into it, okay? I'm going to try to get back into it. Yesterday, Kelley Wolf 2 days ago, flew back to Utah. She had a hearing. She had a hearing for all this, drama, the restraining order, seeing her kids, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to report on what happened with Kelley Wolf yesterday. Kelley Wolf went to, let me pull it up. First of all, let me show you guys what she posted on her alt account, which is Kelley Wolf. I mean, she goes back and forth to decide whether or not she wants to post as herself or someone else in her account, but it is her, okay? It is her. We know this. But she posted yesterday. I'm going to pull it up for you guys. She posted yesterday morning, today, or yesterday afternoon, or maybe this was this morning. I don't even know. Today was yesterday. Today was deeply sad. The world needs to love. What broke us, shootings and legal battles, are not what make us human. I will go to the quiet of the woods to think and breathe and pray for the hurting and the powerless and for the family of the many dead today in shootings in our country. I hope we all wake up and stop hurting and start loving. Enough. I'm like, Kelley Wolf and I are the same. We're the same. Now, in case you were wondering where her purse was, the shut the fuck up purse that travels with her everywhere, it's in there. Okay? I know you were concerned about it. It's there. Molly and I get it, right? And we're in the same there. So so Kelley yesterday, she had this hearing. Now, People Magazine had a article that covered her hearing. I'm so tired. I just said her whoring yesterday. I meant her hearing yesterday. Everyone calm down. Calm down. Crickets, calm down. Okay? So it says, Scott Wolf is ordered to help ex-Kelley Wolf retain new lawyer as the restraining order remains in place. So this is what happened yesterday in the courtroom, okay? Kelley attended a divorce hearing without legal representation. She literally did not have any, she didn't have any representation, and that delayed any progress on their divorce proceedings, which is very frustrating. Of course, it was kind of a waste of time. It says things remain tense between Scott and Kelley Wolf amid their ongoing divorce. She has, of course, exited rehab after a short stay and continues to face 3 misdemeanor charges. And now Scott, and this is very frustrating, he has to help Kelley retain a new attorney. Get it? Do you guys understand how annoying that is? So now he has to get her a new attorney. I can't handle that. So it says their divorce is ongoing. It remains ongoing after her brief time in rehab. She entered rehab following a September 2nd court appearance. We know that. Then she left rehab. But yesterday she appeared in court without legal representation. I just can't. She appeared in court. Due to the lack of legal counsel present for Kelley, the judge would not rule on any matters, despite Scott's lawyer's request for a full restraining order to be established. How annoying. What a waste of time for everyone. The judge upheld parts of the August 28th protective order that stated she cannot have any direct or indirect contact with her ex or her kids. So she still must remain at least 300 feet away from Scott. However, and this is poor Scott, they're now allowed to communicate with each other via phone. As the judge said, that's what's best for their kids per the source. Neither party is required to answer the other's communication, especially if issues arrive. Riddle me this. How does this work? How does this make sense, you guys? So there's a restraining order. She has to remain 300 feet away. They're not allowed to communicate. But now she can call him and he can call her whenever. What the hell? You guys, it doesn't make sense to me. So that's it. So basically now we don't really know what's going to be next. Now, like I said yesterday, we absolutely do not have, I was totally out of it yesterday and I spent like about 5 hours at my kid's school last night. So I wasn't even online and actually thank God I wasn't online because the amount of disgusting and mean DMs I was getting all night. Oh my God. I'm so glad I wasn't online, but I was not online last night. So I didn't get, I wasn't checking in with anything. I wasn't checking in with my sources. So today I'm going to do all of that and I'm going to check in with people and see what's going on and, how are things, updating and what's going on with where is she? And let me see if my source sent me a message at some point yesterday because I literally did not check anything. Oh, it says the attorney won't do anything until her criminal cases are resolved and she gets an attorney. Basically, a useless day. So irritating. Any update now? Where is she? Okay, I'll let you know if I hear anything, you guys. So we will see, and I will let you know if I hear anything more about where she is and what's next for her. But it's just so crazy that now he has to communicate with her and has to help her get an attorney. And if you know anything about what's going on with Kelley Wolf, she has absolutely the communication with her is very, very difficult. So she doesn't have an attorney to go through. It's just her. So he's going to have to try to communicate with her in this state. This is going to be so hard. I really feel for Scott. I just don't understand how this is going to work. He needs help for her. She needs help. Okay, let's move on to someone else that needed help, and that's Charlie Sheen. All right, we need to get into this story. This white trash sandwich story is not a joke, okay? This was a serious story. Denise Richards made Charlie Sheen's hookers white trash sandwiches. That's not a joke. That is a real story. Page 6 actually put this on their news. I did not watch the documentary. Who here has watched Charlie Sheen's documentary? I have not seen it yet. I know Elena says he was on Joe Rogan yesterday. I saw that on YouTube when I opened up YouTube this morning. I haven't seen anything. Did he say anything on Joe Rogan that was really fascinating or interesting? I want to watch the documentary so badly. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys. I'm going to Vegas tomorrow. I'm going to Vegas tomorrow for the weekend, sans kids. So I am going in the morning and I will not be live tomorrow. But I'm thinking about doing a members only from the car with Lance. So if I do, I will let you guys know. But oh wow, they were talking about Charlie Kirk when the shooting happened. So they were live talking about Charlie Kirk. That's wild. I'm gonna watch that. I'm curious to see what they did. But the Charlie Sheen documentary was on, and apparently there's like all these crazy, interesting things that kind of keep coming up. But one of the stories that really fascinated me, because their life has got to be so wild, but this story about Denise Richards making Charlie Sheen's hookers white trash sandwiches after the actor's drug-fueled bender. And I would like someone to make me a drug-fueled bender white trash sandwich after not taking drugs. Like, I want a white trash sandwich now for lunch, and I am sober. So can someone give me a white trash sandwich? What would you, without looking at the article, what would you put in a white trash sandwich? What is a white trash sandwich? What would you put in a white trash sandwich? Okay, it says she once made white trash sandwiches for ex-husband Charlie Sheen's hookers. In the second episode of the documentary, she was called to check on her ex after he'd been missing for 2 days while filming 2.5 Men. They would call me all the fucking time to go there, she says, because I can't get fired. I was your ex-wife. I was already fired, she said. She always laughs. When they were desperate, they were like, could you please come over and see if he's alive? We haven't seen him for 2 days. And so then I would pound on his door, and then I'd keep pounding. I'm like, open the fuck up. During one visit, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star said she went to Sheen's house with food and noticed her ex's 2.5 Men co-star John Cryer was also there. I'm making sandwiches, and John was super nervous, and he goes, what are you doing? I go, well, he hasn't eaten, and I'm making sandwiches. And then you see 2 or 3 hookers come downstairs. And I remember John asking me, are you making them sandwiches? And I go, well, yeah. What am I going to say? Sorry, because of what you do for a living, you don't get one of my white trash mayo, mustard, turkey, cheese, lettuce sandwiches, she added. I'm sorry. Since when are, okay. Mayo, mustard, turkey, cheese, and lettuce are white trash? In what world? That's my dream sandwich. Yeah, Marissa's got it right. Ketchup between 2 slices of bread. That sounds like a white bologna. That is a white trash. Turkey, lettuce, mayo, mustard? This is a beautiful sandwich. Give me one right now. I don't understand. All I'm thinking is like Wonder Bread and like Oscar Mayer ham. That's like no mayo, no mustard, just like white bread and like bologna. This is just a regular sandwich. Mayo, mustard, turkey, cheese, lettuce. What's going on? And then it says, it wasn't like I was making a gourmet sandwich. Like, I'm trying to help keep him good. Okay, we need to change our opinions of what is considered white trash for celebrities. And are we allowed to even say white trash? Velveeta. Velveeta. Yeah. Has anyone ever actually put Velveeta on a sandwich, though? Like, I've done Velveeta in a hot food, Velveeta and Rotel. Just put a big stick of Velveeta and a can of Rotel in a crock pot. You've got the best queso for Super Bowl. I'm going to be like Bethany. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so that is ridiculous. I didn't see these, and I just want to make sure. MC High Life said, remembering when we all came as a nation together, 24 years later, people being shot for free speech. This is random. I'm sorry to bring this up, but I just saw these. Thank you. And then Noah said, love you, Donna. I originally found you via Dave Neal. Oh, so disappointed in him lately. I'm going to reserve my reserve my judgment on that guy. Okay, let's keep moving. Another fun story. See, am I keeping it fun, light, and tight? Are we having fun yet? Are we having fun yet? Velveeta on a Ritz cracker. You guys, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be real vulnerable with you guys right now, okay? You ready? Real vulnerable. You want to know what my dream meal is right now? Not meal, snack. If I wasn't worried about putting like shit in my body, I'm putting chemicals in my body, I'm putting anything wrong in my body, you want to know what I would eat right now? I'm so embarrassed to say it out loud, but like at this point, who cares? If you're here, it's because you love me. Okay. I love good food. I love healthy food. I love sushi. I love salads. I love fish. I love steak. I love like really gourmet food. I love hummus. I love all of it. Okay. This is what I wanted to like what I want to eat right now. I want easy cheese. I want easy cheese in a can on a saltine right now. Oh my God, Courtney's got it. Yeah, I want easy cheese on a Ritz cracker. Yes. Like I'm dying for it. It sounds so good. Oh my God, Teresa, easy cheese on chicken and a biscuit cracker? Chicken and a biscuit cracker. My mom never let me buy those. I'm going to go buy a chicken and a biscuit cracker. I'm such a rebel. I'm going to buy it. Chicken and a biscuit. What does that even mean? I'm going to show you a chip I just bought from World Market that is so goddamn good. Are you guys ready for this? This show's off the rails. Ready? Do you guys want to see, like those shows, like what's in my cart? You guys want to see what's next to my desk, all the snacks? And then I have one more story about Cody Brown. So don't go far. These are so good. Sorry about like people listening. That's so loud. Hold on. I broke the bag. Salsitas. Do you guys know salsitas? Oh my God. They are so damn good. This is gonna really trigger people because I'm gonna have one right now just for you guys. Why not? Why not? Oh, they are so good. They like have the perfect amount of like a little kick. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Mm-hmm. You guys want to see what else is on my desk? I'm losing people watching. And then I have one more story. I'm not a bot said, is that red dye number 6? Probably. I'm probably about to die. No, there's no red dye. It's colored with paprika and annatto extract. There's no red dye. It's health food. Okay. Next, you guys want to know what else? This is really exciting. I got a shipment from my favorite and those who've been around for a long time. Mom's Swedish Candy. Guys, this is so good. Just wait. This is the bag of the sweet mix. Look at that. All different kinds. And then this is the bag. Hold on. This is the bag of this is another sweet mix. Inside I have the marshmallow mix somewhere else. Someone saying, nobody talking about Dave Neal? You guys, it's so good. Look at this little horsey. Should I eat the horse? Okay, and then I'm going to talk about Cody Brown. I'm just a little off today, okay? Look how cute he is. Moo. I'm a mess. And then, finally, for a treat, I do eat this by the spoon. Cookie butter. And I like it when it's crunchy. Okay, let's move on. I am Bethany right now. Khaleesi wants to know if I'm high. I'm high on life. I'm I've actually been very sad. I've had a 24-hour, really, almost 24 hours of really sad moments. And I tried to deal with sadness with levity and happiness, right? Okay. Oh my God. Rachel says I would never eat animal crackers because I felt bad. I was a sensitive child. Sweet girl. I would. Okay. I am not stoned. I promise. Sober as can be. Okay, let's move on. I am very sad. This is how I'm dealing with my sadness. I'm eating. If you guys need to see what's happening here. Oh, you can't see. I can't like move my computer too much, but like literally, it just, I can't show you. It's just all snacks. Now I have a desk full of snacks. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about Kody Brown. When you're sad, you bring up Kody Brown. Robin, she says animal crackers aren't made from animals. Obviously. Robin, obviously. We were born on a day, but not yesterday. We're joking. Okay, let's go into Kody. Let's never go into Kody, but let's talk about Kody, huh? So Special Forces is coming out. Special Forces is coming out at the end of the month. And I'm super excited about it only because I love making fun of Kody Brown. Aren't you? Now, they did a Special Forces cast did a big interview for Access Hollywood. And it's like a 25-minute interview. And I was like, how did I fall into this pot of gold? This was yesterday morning. I was going to talk about it yesterday. And then, of course, the entire drama happened. So of course I wasn't able to talk about it yesterday, but after this ad, I will be able to share. They interview every single person on the show in different little partnerships. And I mean, I could show you the Teresa interview, which I really don't want to do. I really don't want to show you anything about Teresa and Gia, but first they have Shawn Johnson and her husband, Andrew. I actually really like Shawn Johnson. Do you guys like Shawn and her husband, Andrew? I follow them on Instagram. I find them to be like a cute little couple. I don't find them offensive. I don't find anything issues with any of them. I find them to be kind of like, I don't know. They're kind of just cute. Shawn Johnson and Andrew East. Shawn Johnson East, I guess, and Andrew East. They don't say anything really special. I didn't actually watch them talk, so I don't know if they say anything really special in this interview. But they are. I find them cute in this interview. They're sweet. She's tiny. Billy says, I don't know who they are. So Shawn was a Olympic gymnast. She was a U.S. Olympic gymnast, and was incredible, gold medalist. And then he's her husband. I don't know what he does other than being her husband, but they have 3 kids and they are both on Special Forces. This season, there's a lot of couples. It's interesting how there's like some couples and there's some solos. Like Brittany Cartwright's on there alone. Kody Brown's on there alone. But then these two and Gia and Teresa are on there together. I don't really know why that is. Okay, so they're on there together. They talk. Kind of boring. Okay, sweet. Okay, then we have these two. I'll just show you like a second of what they're talking about. It's kind of like nothing too special. They literally are twins. I don't know if it's just their hair or what, but they are twins.
A lot of cardio. Walk around up hills with a weighted vest, do all that, lift a lot of weights, and I do all that. I don't know, I didn't really put down the weighted vest. That's the part I miss doing, because walking around with those 30 pounds on your back, like that was no joke. Yeah. And what were they called, Gia?
Our Birkins.
Like a Birkin? Yeah. Not a Birkin. I know.
No,
I know.
You wish it was a Birkin.
I know. It was.
I know.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a lot. I mean, I was fresh off of an Italy trip.
So they talk and they continue to talk, but then at the end, oh my God, she is pushing so hard to get Gia on Dancing with the Stars. It's really weird.
But I mean, I'm not
you freaking out?
Yes.
You'll see. It was crazy.
Tune in, and
it was awesome.
Yeah, even exactly, because
I don't know. I honestly should have said that on the top of the mountain.
Noises. So I wonder if she was really sweet when I met her, and so
sorry, I'm trying to find the moment.
My youngest danced for 10 years.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you're a professional.
Oh, no. She danced.
Let's just clarify. Yeah, I would definitely be a little rusty.
Oh yeah, she danced from like 2.5
young
to 8th grade.
Yeah,
like that.
Little.
Yes.
But I definitely would love.
But I was like, what do they call it? I was a stage mom. So I want to be a stage mom again, watching her on Dancing with the Stars. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Congratulations on the show.
Jump scare. Just get ready.
Can't wait. Congratulations, you guys. Season 4 is here. This show is all about emotional,
guys, Kody,
physical, mental endurance, and resilience. What made you want to sign on for this one?
I think for me, just the opportunity to.
I've never seen Kody like this.
Push yourself, test yourself. I'd spoken to people who had been on the show in the past, and
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward to a certain moment where Cody talks about his emotions. Number one, I don't want to like shame Cody here, and I wish I could make it. I'm gonna see if I can make it a little bigger. Cody has the most like dead tooth. I've never seen it. It's kind of hard to see here, but if you can get a little bigger here, he's literally like his like third or fourth tooth on the right is gone. It's gray. He needs to like get that looked at. Do you guys see that? It's literally a gray tooth. It's just completely a dead tooth. I've never seen his hair. So, I mean, I feel like if we can shame anyone's looks, it would be Cody, right? Like that's the one person we're allowed to do it because he does. I did finish Christine's book and it's phenomenal. I thought it was a phenomenal book. I'm really being honest. I'm not even being facetious. So something's like I really despise Cody after reading that. Let's go back to the interview. But Cody's tooth is scary.
from my perspective of it, and how the people and the
This one part where they ask about
that
his
were really
emotions.
close relatives, but it got to a point where we all felt comfortable enough to share certain things and speak about things throughout your life or the course of your history on this earth that moved certain people and meant
That's
a lot
Johnny
to certain people.
Manziel.
And when you look back at it now, I think it was an unbelievable special experience and something we shared together.
Yeah, there were tons of tears, but for me, none out of pain, but all my tears were out of emotion. Just the sheer stark questioning of the DS, questioning my character, put me right into tears. And then they showed me a video of my wife, about 2 minutes, the angel, the wind beneath my wings, and I was full on sobbing.
Look at Johnny Manziel's face. He's like, dork, what a dork. Johnny Manziel's like, Robin made you sob? Johnny's like, wait, the one of Robin? He's like, I would sob too. Can you imagine? Can you imagine it? Whoa.
You guys training in Morocco, were there any injuries that took place out there? I mean, you talked about your boots.
Oh, well, I pulled my hamstring on day 3.
I'm sorry to laugh, but how Cody coded is that? How Cody? I pulled my hamstring on day 3. Look at Johnny's face. Johnny's like, I'm dead.
And I had to ask the athletes, hey, how do you protect this and still perform? There were other people with a lot of injury. So and I even are those crazy boots. I got a heat rash on my feet that I
a heat rash on my feet.
thought, well, hey, this could be trench foot.
Trench foot.
The doctor said, no, it's just heat rash. You're good.
You're good. You're good. What about you?
I
I'm dead, you guys. He's such a dork. This is gonna be trench foot. Trench foot. You guys, I'm dead. I'm dead.
I think I was pretty healthy throughout, the majority of it. I think when you're carrying that Bergen for as long as you are and getting in and out of the cars and, slinging it on, I think me and Eric probably just from football, you get a little lower back pain and you're sore every single day that you wake up in the morning. And it's not like, a football life where you're hopping in a cold plunge every day and getting.
I just can't. Okay. And then the last part I wanted to show you was Brittany. You guys, I'm sorry. We have to watch Brittany for just a second here. This is shocking.
Something
Man,
serious.
if there's not a bone sticking out, then you better just be quiet.
Suck it up.
No
suck it
doubt.
up. This really tests emotional, physical endurance, resilience.
This is
What
Brittany
made
with
you wanna
Kristen
sign on to this
Cavallari's
one?
ex.
Just to see how far I could push myself. And with everything I've gone through in my life, it was just time to try new things. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see how far I could push myself mentally. And, it's crazy experience. So I thought that was a cool opportunity to take.
Okay, so out of everybody who participated in this season, what was who was the toughest? How emotional did it get?
I mean, I feel like everybody did such a great job. Everybody was like pretty tough. It's very different for every single person that's on the show, what you put yourself through. But I mean, goodness. You said Sean earlier, she was killing it.
Super tough.
Yeah. Eric and Andrew, I was, everybody.
Yeah, I would say everyone's tough. Like she said, too, it's every challenge, it was tougher for somebody than maybe the other challenge wasn't. So it just depends on the challenge, honestly.
Was there a challenge
Guys,
that you
I
thought
can't.
you were
I
like, I'm
can't take it seriously. I'm sorry. I'm going to Vegas this weekend, and I did a screenshot of her outfit, and I sent it over to my friends, and I said, "What do you think? Like, is this my outfit?" I don't understand what's happening with her clothes. Like Brittany really needs a stylist. Something's going on. One of her, I don't know if it's the angle, but one of her boobs is hitting me in the face, and the other one seems a little bit more like normal. His arms, I think he has one tattooed arm and one not tattooed. Something's going on in this interview, but he looks so unhappy. He looks like she just broke up with him right before this interview started. It's so odd. Something is going on in this interview, but I just can't believe more than ever that Cody literally tore his hamstring on day 3. That was the best moment. And I think I got trench foot. You guys, this was a toughie. This was a little bit of a tough day. Definitely a tough week. But you guys, I really appreciate all the love. Wrigley appreciates all the love. Thank you for sticking with the Daily Dose of Donna community, those who are sticking around, laughing with us through the pain, through the toughness. We are stronger together. It's a tough day, 9/11. Hug the ones you love. And I love you guys. And thank you so much for being here. And I will not be here live tomorrow, but I will probably do a members only. And yes, VB is saying Trenchfoot is their new password. And Trenchfoot, your new name is Trenchfoot. So Trenchfoot and I are signing off. Wrigley did not like Trenchfoot as a name. Sorry. Just Wrigley. Okay. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you guys on Instagram, hopefully. Talk to you later.